Hi guys, it's Syama Maher here, CEO of Scaling Retail, and this week on Retailing Weekly, we're talking about the latest iteration of influencers. This time we are taking a look at influencers as prospective creative directors. Now, creative directors have long been held on a very high pedestal within our industry. As brand marketers and as advertisers, creative directors have vision. They have experience and oversight. They are deeply inspired and connected to the pulse of what is happening in that marketplace. Creative directors also work closely in producing events, producing photo shoots. They're the ones who are making sure that all of the assets coming out of that campaign are on brand. So when Village Marketing announced that they were changing their business model to now have influencers start to operate as creative directors, one must ask, is this something that brands are going to buy into? Well, the answer is possibly. It looks like more and more brands these days are turning to Village Marketing in order to be able to have their campaigns shot, produced, and creative directed by influencers like, for example, Jenna Kutcher. Now, why would you go to an agency like that? Well, there are a lot of things to be considered here. Number one, are you willing to let go of the campaign and not have any internal voice or branded direction and let an influencer dictate your next campaign and tell you how the consumer in the marketplace wants you to be seen? What kind of conversation that this customer wants to have with you as opposed to speaking at the customer? This is one, obviously, a big issue as to why you might choose to work with an influencer. But let's look at the flip side of this. As a creative director with no experience in the marketplace, are you actually willing to trust an influencer who understands their particular niche and market to be able to truly understand your brand, your vision, and to be able to espouse your brand values, right? We have to ask ourselves, are influencers taking on the voice and the feeling of these brands? Are they simply going to be taking the voice and feeling of their own brand and imposing it onto that fashion brand? Now, this is something that will certainly need to be tested and seen as we go over time. But right now, influencers are primarily seen as really models, right? They are the face, they are the celebrity of the campaign. So far, right now, when you work with an influencer, you might be able to give some suggestions, but they do shoot and post the images within their own vein because it fits on their own feed, right? The way that we're starting to look at this model is simply these influencers now posting and creating content made for your brand's feed. So being able to understand lighting, creative direction, being able to manage budgets, being able to really understand each individual brand and what they have to do is going to be extremely, extremely important. It would be almost as if someone said, hey, I'm a movie star, or I've been able to have a big successful career and being able to build up my own brand, or I'm big on American Idol. Now let me teach you how to be a successful celebrity, or let me teach you how to be a successful movie star, and now let me produce your career for you or produce that for you. So while I think there might be a lot of lessons and things that brands can be learning from influencers, handing over a complete campaign over to an influencer, I think maybe a situation you might want to think twice about before saying yes. You're going to want to make sure that you have the right influencer, that they are deeply integrated into your brand values, that you understand their vision, and truly you understand their real capabilities here. You don't want to have an influencer sent on to be a creative director and to produce a shoot without having the real distinct capabilities to be able to edit and actually give you the deliverables at the end of the day. All right, guys, that's all for me over here at Scaling Retail. Please make sure you sign up to hear more from us at our office, and that's at www.scalingretail.com. Talk to you later. Bye.